Hi guys! We thought that for a long time we haven't made any riddle videos. You're probably already used to relaxing and watching only the funny ones, but today we offer you to put on your thinking cap. And these puzzles aren't at all simple. They'll teach you to make the right decisions, and even perhaps one day they'll be useful to you in an emergency situation. So here are 5 puzzles. You'll need to make the right choice and stay alive. Let's go.
Moron.
Cave. So the very first situation that caught you off guard, you get lost in a cave. Imagine that you're a great photographer and you need to take a few pictures from inside for a famous magazine. But since you're in this place for the first time, you certainly don't know how to navigate there. You've done the work, and now you're going to get out of the cave. But the tunnel where you came from is filled with stones. What do you do now? You look around and notice 5 tunnels, and each leads outside, but there's a danger in every one of them too. The first tunnel is inhabited by vampire bats. If they bite you, you'll be given a deadly disease. As soon as you step into the second tunnel, a strong landslide awaits you, which fills up the tunnel with stones. In the third tunnel, the whole path is filled with red-hot lava, which will melt your clothes and yourself in minutes. The fourth tunnel is filled with toxic gas, which kills all animals that dare to go in there. And in the fifth tunnel, the radioactive plants bloom and kill instantly with the strongest dose of radiation. As you probably realize, the question is, which one should you take to get out alive? So, all the options except the fourth will lead to a lethal outcome. Why is it, you ask? There's also toxic gas, but it influences badly only animals, and we doubt that you are one. Execution. And now you're a lost tourist and you've been caught by an Aboriginal tribe. They don't really like intruders, but they turned out to be some kind of polite men and gave you the right to choose and the last word. So if you lie in your last speech, they'll shoot you with a gun. And if you tell the truth, they'll burn you at the stake. It would seem that the situation is hopeless, but think a little, and for sure you can outwit the savages with just one sentence and stay alive. Attention, here's the question. What should you say to make them release you? Everything is actually very simple. You can stump ill wishers with just one phrase. You just have to say that they should kill you with a gun. What's the catch? You claim that they'll kill you this way. For sure, the natives are already prepared to laugh and charge the gun because they wanted to kill you this way too. Although, wait a minute. If you're telling the truth, you should be burned at the stake. And then there's a gun, and what should they do? Seems to us, after such an expression, the cave people definitely have strained their brain. So for them, it'll be easier to let you go than to sit and think about how to act properly. Lifts. This time, troubles caught you on the highest floor of the building, which is about to be demolished. There's no help to come, so you're alone with your misfortune. There are no stairs, no windows, and there are only 3 lifts to choose from, and they're your only way to salvation. However, be careful. In the first elevator, there's a very poisonous spider, which is capable of injecting a toxic poison into you, which will lead to death. The shaft of the second elevator is filled to the top with boiling water, which will seep into the cabin and boil you in 1 moment. And in the third elevator, there's some mosquitoes waiting, which are carriers of dangerous diseases, and it's very difficult to find vaccines for them. What will you choose this time? We think you've made the right choice, a cabin with mosquitoes. Firstly, if you have bad luck and they do bite you, the chance to find a vaccine is small, but there's still a chance. Well, and secondly, you can just take off your shoes and smear the bloodsuckers on the walls of the elevator car and continue descending calmly. Cell. You woke up in a dark room, being locked in a cage, but then a voice appears from somewhere and says that he wants to play a game with you. The cage opens, the timer starts counting, and 3 doors appear before you. Behind the first of them is a serial killer who, in 1890, killed 300 people. Behind the second one, there's motion sensors that activate the release of liquid nitrogen at the entrance, which will freeze you in a second. Behind the third door, an acid shower is waiting for you. You can't survive, but you can perfectly feel yourself in a liquid state. Which door for salvation do you choose? You only have a few seconds to choose from. The game is on. Well, how are you? Have you made the right choice? The door for salvation is option number 1. If you listen closely, you must have realized that the killer who's hiding behind it turned into a skeleton a long time ago and won't do you any harm, so you can safely get out. Pills. Well, we've left the most difficult puzzle for the end. It'll probably take you twice as much time as you used to for all the other riddles combined. Of course, we wouldn't want you to be in such a situation, but imagine that you're blind and sick. In addition, you're locked in an apartment without any communication facilities. In order to maintain health, you need to take 2 tablets every day, a blue one and a red one. In total, you have 2 pieces of each kind. If you take more than 2, you'll die. If you take 2 of the same, you'll face death as well. Once all the pills were in different jars, but you're blind. One awkward movement and they're all mixed up. What would you do? You must take the medicine, and in addition, all tablets are absolutely identical in shape and texture. They can't be distinguished by touch. And now it's time to think. Your life depends on it. We agree that this riddle is far from easy, but it also has its own logical solution. In order not to make a mistake in choosing, you need to break each one of each of the 4 tablets in half. Put the broken pieces aside so that nothing mixes. In the end, in one handful you'll get 4 halves and in the other one 2. So now you can safely take all 4 halves from any handful, because in the end they form one whole red pill and one whole blue, and that's exactly what you need. Well guys, have you managed to solve our riddles? In any case, share your results in the comments and don't forget to give us a like.
If you haven't checked Jelly Gummy Bear's channel yet, you should do it right away. You'll certainly like all the funny experiments with the jelly bear, cool life hacks, awesome homemade stuff and exciting adventures that are waiting for you on the channel.
Thanks for watching. Please like and share the video in social networks and we'll be right back to you as fast as we can.